Right now at 5, bracing for powerful Christmas Eve winds as people and power crews prepare, and KGW declares a holiday weather impact alert. Plus,
better late than never, yeah, but it was pretty hard to take all that rain and waiting for this snow.
Yeah, it was a bit of a long wait, but it is opening day at Meadows. Finally, we hit the slopes with skiers hoping for more powder. And
December 31st, we're going to be leaving from here.
well, 2 big game businesses pull out of Old Town, while others we talk with say they are also considering going elsewhere.
good evening. All is calm on our sky cams across the region on this Tuesday, but it appears that's about to change in less than 24 hours, which means we are declaring a weather impact alert. It's one that could spoil some Christmas Eve plans. Thanks for joining us. I'm Christine Pitawanich.
And I'm David Mulker. Once again talking about gusty winds strong enough to take down trees and power lines and potentially to disrupt holiday travel. Let's go right to live team coverage, starting with meteorologist Joe Ranieri on the timing here. So Joe, what's the latest?
Well, the latest looks to be late morning and into the early part of the afternoon. This is in terms of peak wind gusts, you guys, this is about a 2-hour, maybe 3-hour event, but with gusts up to 55, maybe close to 60 miles an hour, we could be looking at widespread power outages, which are going to be impacting, hundreds, if not thousands, heading into tomorrow and, of course, Christmas Day as well. So I want to bring in Futurecast right now. I have this stopped here at a little after 6:30. We're going to have more of an easterly flow. That east wind will pick up a little bit, not impacting us at all in the morning hours, but we go in the afternoon. Right around 12:30, 1 o'clock, this purple color is indicative of gusts anywhere from 50 to maybe close to 60 mile per hour wind gusts up and down the I-5 corridor. If this holds true, yeah, we're going to be looking at widespread power outages, down trees, and it's going to be an absolute mess. But as we go into 3, 4 o'clock tomorrow, those winds will really start to subside and we'll start to see some calmer conditions. But we have that weather impact alert basically all day tomorrow because of the high winds. Now, Christmas Eve, wind advisory most of the day from about 7 a.m. until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Power outages, down trees with gusts anywhere from 50 to maybe 60 mile per hour wind gusts. This orange color is that wind advisory. You travel down into southern Oregon, it is a high wind watch throughout parts of southern Oregon. So it's going to be an absolute mess if the tracking of this does hold true. Some models are showing that we'll see that southerly flow come in late morning, early part of the afternoon. There's one that shows it's going to be more of a coastal event. Regardless, I'm expecting to see stormy conditions from tomorrow morning, late morning, and into the afternoon before things start to calm down. But again, as you just saw those numbers, I'm hoping those wind gusts are a little off by maybe 15, 20 degrees or 20 miles an hour, because if those are close to 55, 60, it's going to be an absolute mess from late tomorrow afternoon, potentially into the overnight hours because of people being in the dark. I'll talk more about your detailed forecast about 10 minutes from now.
Yeah, still some questions about where and how strong, but the time to get ready is now. Thanks, Joe.
okay, now let's bring in our Devin Haskins. Devin, you heard Joe talking about that wind. So what is Pacific Power doing to prepare?
Yeah, they say they'll be ready for whatever comes their way and also be able to move crews around to wherever they're needed in the event of any power outages. They also recognize that not exactly the greatest timing. You had the wind or the rain last week that also took out power. But then you also have the holidays coming up later on this week. Now, this storm coming on the heels of all that rain that I just mentioned last week, which saturated tree roots. Falling trees, branches are among the concerns with the high winds predicted to hit the region. There's a few things power companies suggest you do to be prepared. First, update your information, they say, with the power companies so that they can reach you in the event of a power outage. Also have a plan in place for when the power goes out, things like where you are staying or who you're staying with, as well as a bag with all the essential items.
Making sure you have an outage kit. That can mean extra batteries, flashlights, blankets, any non-perishable items, so you have extra food around.
They also say that in the event of a power outage and a power line down, the main thing that they stress, never approach a down power line, never touch it, treat every line as if it's live. And another thing is, if you got a cell phone, keep it charged tonight. You may need it tomorrow, just in case the power goes out. Back to you.
All really good reminders. Thank you, Devin. Well, you can stay up to date on the forecast. Just text the word weather to the number on your screen, 503-226-5088, and we'll text you right back with a link to our story on KGW.com. It is updated multiple times throughout the day, so you get the most accurate forecast. You can also download the KGW mobile app or tune in anytime on our free TV app, KGW Plus.
Well, we've got some good weather news. Take a look. It may have been a late start, but opening day is now finally in the books at Mount Hood Meadows. Feels good to see the snow, and I imagine people enjoying themselves.
Celine Stevens is live at the mountain tonight. Celine, how late did ski season start compared to last year?
David and Christine, well, last year's ski season started on November 15th, so we're obviously over a month out from that, and the president of Mount Hood Meadows told me this is actually the latest that the resort has ever opened. Still, people finally got to hit the slopes today with Buttercup, Daisy, Easy Rider, and Ballroom Carpet lifts all being open. More advanced runs will open once they get more snow. Now, the president, Greg Pack, told me they had to transfer snow from the parking lot and put it in lower areas of the mountain to help get enough snow, and clearly they accomplished it and welcomed in over 1,000 people today.
We had to haul a ton of snow. I was in a snowcat yesterday. All hands on deck trying to get as much snow on the hill as we could.
We were all rearing to go, get out on the snow.
Just stoked that there's snow to slide on.
So Meadows is open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. every day, and night skiing is not yet available as there needs to be more snow. Now, online ticket sales were on hold after they sold out for the first 2 days in an effort to protect the experience, so there wouldn't be too many people on the slopes, but online ticket sales will be resuming for tomorrow. Back to you.
Celine Stevens reporting live from Mount Hood Meadows. Thank you, Celine. And we also got an exciting update this afternoon from Ski Bowl. It is opening its snow tube park on Christmas for day and cosmic tubing.
Head first, I love that.
Head first, down the hill. It opens at 2 p.m. and will operate on that schedule until January 5th when its normal schedule picks up. Loving all that light, too. The light show is great. You have to buy tickets in advance, FYI. They'll be available online starting at noon tomorrow.
The vibes are definitely real. All right, new tonight, the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office just released this video of a package thief, aka porch pirate, in Gresham. Deputies tell us 44-year-old Patty Walker is now in custody. The theft was over the weekend near Southeast 282nd and Chase, and authorities say this woman stole packages from 6 different addresses. Yep, just comes in, picks it up and goes. Some of the things you can do to protect yourself: collect your packages as soon as possible, have them delivered to work or another secure address, and consider investing in home security cameras.
To an update now on a crash that happened last night in Aloha. The Washington County Sheriff's Office told us today that a Portland man died while crossing TV Highway near Southwest 198th Avenue. It happened around 8:30 last night. 41-year-old John McKinney from Portland died at the scene. The driver stayed and is cooperating with investigators. Deputies are also looking for more witnesses. One of those witnesses briefly stopped before taking right back off. They were driving a silver Audi sedan with a partial license plate of 091.
Developing this evening, Washington State Patrol is looking for
It's a job they don't want to
vehicle it believes was involved in the death of a trooper near the port of Tacoma. Trooper Tara Marissa Gooding died last Friday, authorities say, after she was hit multiple times while responding to a crash. The first driver remained at the scene. The second, investigators say, was in a dark-colored pickup that struck the trooper while she was already lying motionless. That truck kept driving south.
She's gone out and handled 1,000 of these crashes, right? And unfortunately, this time she didn't get to go home. And we need to solve this crime.
By the way, the first driver has not been charged. Troopers continue to hold a 24-hour vigil over her vehicle at a memorial outside State Trooper headquarters.
A 19-year-old who's facing multiple charges in connection with a street takeover as well as hit and run appeared in court today. This is 19-year-old Jeffrey Baker. Earlier this month, police released this video of the chase leading up to Baker's arrest the Sunday after Thanksgiving. A police plane chased the car for around 20 minutes as it sped through southeast Portland before it then crashed at 82nd and Division. Today, a judge reduced Baker's bail to $5,000 and he'll be under house arrest. He's due back in court in January.
Developing tonight, 2 small businesses say they are planning to leave Portland's Old Town neighborhood, and others tell us if things don't change, they could be next. Blair Best with that story.
Old Town is a hub of social services, places where homeless people can go for food, shelter, treatment, you name it. But that's all taking a toll on the small businesses here just trying to get by. This month, Deadstock Coffee Roasters on Northwest 4th Avenue and Cooch Street announced it's leaving. And not far from that, Index PDX, a sneaker consignment store, is also closing its Old Town location after more than 12 years and going fully online. We talked with some of the surrounding businesses that remain.
With so many vacancies coming up, it's going to be less of a draw to an already tough market.
I think, Old Town has definitely been changing, and, with Deadstock living and not having enough people in this area will definitely, help us to, think about the relocation.
A spokesperson for Portland Mayor Keith Wilson tells KGW the city of Portland values the contributions that Deadstock Coffee Roasters and Index PDX have made to Old Town. Prosper Portland has worked to support them through challenges including decrease of worker and tourism foot traffic in Old Town, livability and public safety concerns, and the related decline in sales they've experienced. A city spokesperson tells me revitalizing Portland's economy with a focus on downtown businesses is the mayor's next push as we step into the new year. In Old Town, Blair Best, KGW News.
Today, Blanchet House announced Executive Director Scott Kerman has stepped away from his role after 6 years with the organization. Blanchet House praised Kerman's leadership and his commitment to serving people experiencing hunger, homelessness, and addiction across Portland. The nonprofit says programs and services will continue without interruption, with 2 current leaders stepping in as co-interim directors.
2 new developments in the nation's capital, where the U.S. Supreme Court today refused to allow the Trump administration to deploy troops to Chicago. The justices declined an emergency request, and that lets a lower court ruling stand. While this is not final, it could affect other lawsuits challenging the president's attempts to deploy the National Guard to cities like Portland. 3 justices here, Samuel Alito, Clarence Thomas, and Neil Gorsuch, publicly dissented. The outcome is a rare Supreme Court setback for the president, who has won repeated victories in emergency appeals since taking office in January. In a statement, Oregon Attorney General Dan Rayfield writing, quote, "Today's decision is an important reminder that the rule of law still matters, even when it's inconvenient for those in power." The Supreme Court made it clear that a president cannot federalize the National Guard by misusing statutes meant for truly extraordinary circumstances. We'll keep you posted there. Straight ahead on KGW News at 5, an update on the battle between Newport and the federal government, what the city's doing now to prevent ICE from building any kind of detention facility. Plus,
it's scary. It's really scary.
A storm takes aim at California. We'll hear from homeowners set to evacuate just a day before Christmas. Stay with us.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
Welcome back. The city of Newport is suing the Trump administration to keep federal officials from building an ICE detention facility at the city's airport.
Libby Dowsett has the update.
The city of Newport is concerned that DHS is indeed moving forward with those plans for a detention facility at the city airport. So they're taking every step they can to try to block that plan, including filing a lawsuit on Monday. The city filed the suit in federal U.S. District Court in Eugene, claiming the federal government still plans to put an ICE detention facility in town without following the proper procedures. The lawsuit named DHS, ICE, and the Coast Guard as defendants and alleges the plan violates environmental protection laws. City leaders claim federal contractors are hitting up local businesses like hotels, a catering company, and utility entities with questions about providing services for a facility of more than 200 people. Also Monday, a federal judge ordered DHS Secretary Kristi Noem and the U.S. Coast Guard to leave a rescue helicopter in the city of Newport. Judge Ann Aiken granted a preliminary injunction, going a step further than her temporary orders last month, a relief for many people in Newport who fought to have the helicopter brought back from North Bend. As for the detention facility, the city hopes a judge will block that plan based on their argument it's a violation of several federal statutes. We reached out to DHS for comment and have not heard back. Libby Dowsett, KGW News.
Well, let us return to our weather impact alert now. And while the Portland Metro braces for powerful winds Christmas Eve, that is tomorrow, California is already planning some evacuations.
Starting early tomorrow morning, Southern California is expected to get torrential rain that will continue through the night. There are threats of flash flooding and mudslides, especially in the LA area, where there are burn scars from the deadly wildfires in January.
Seeing how all the foliage and shrubbery has just burned away, yeah. They need to keep an eye on that.
It's changed significantly in the last two storms. So this one, we're just getting ready for whatever, whatever happens.
Talk about anxiety-inducing. Strong wind will add to all that danger, with the potential of bringing down trees and power lines. And the concern does not stop there. Another storm is expected to follow on Christmas Day into Friday.
Well, speaking of storms, a heads up now for SNAP recipients in Oregon. Officials have extended the deadline to replace food that was lost or spoiled during our recent storms. You can see the list of 19 counties here that have extended: Multnomah, Washington, Clackamas, Yamhill, Marion, and others all on that list. The new deadline to report losses or request replacement benefits specifically from last week's power outages is now January 16th.
Yeah, hoping we do not have any more of those long power outages.
No, and speaking of that storm in California, that's what is going to be impacting us tomorrow. It's not going to be the rain, it is going to be the wind as this upper level, moves
it's all connected.
It's all connected, and some models are suggesting it might move off to the east, maybe kind of stay in the southern portion of the state.
Isn't it unusual for them not to sort of converge at this point? We're just about 12, 18 hours out.
It is a little, but it's just going to kind of break, it's going to kind of cut off from some of the stronger system down in Southern California. So that's why we're going to see part of it in our area by, I'd say, the lunch hour tomorrow. And this is kind of the worst time to do it. Of course, this is a Christmas Eve, just 24 hours away. So the timing for the wind advisory will be from 7 a.m. to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But the window where you're going to be seeing peak gusts will be basically from about lunchtime to 3 o'clock. And I think by 3:30, 4 o'clock, things will start to calm down. But if we're looking at gusts at 55 miles an hour, let's say, we're going to be seeing widespread power outages, not just here locally in the metro area, but through parts of eastern Oregon as well, because they're going to be looking at some winds as well. They're going to be under a high wind warning. So tomorrow looks like this. Morning clouds. We're going to start off with an east wind, and that east wind will kind of be breezy at times, at least on the east side of Multnomah County. And then we switch from an easterly wind to a southerly flow. And that's why our temperatures are going to be a little bit on the warmer side, getting into the mid 50s. And with that southerly flow is where those dangerous winds could be moving in from. So this is all that rain that's moved in right now through parts of Northern California. This is that low that's going to just kind of make a beeline up in our area, bringing in widespread wind and a little bit of some showers along the southern Oregon coast. But I think this is going to be more of a wind event. And I know it's going to be more of a wind event than a rain event, because rainfall amounts will be very light. Down downtown Portland right now. Temperature of 45 degrees. You notice that wind coming in from the north? Well, it's going to be picking up pretty strong here in under 24 hours. So showers pick up a little bit later on tonight, early tomorrow morning. Yeah, looking at our next round of wind will be basically by late morning and into the early part of the afternoon. Peak winds last a couple of hours, but those peak winds could be anywhere from close to 55 to 60 miles an hour. So here's a look at the wind forecast. You can kind of see that purple color. That's basically 55 to almost 60 miles an hour. And we go into the morning hours. This model is showing, gusts up to 30 miles an hour near the Columbia River Gorge right around 9 o'clock. Then we go into the later part of the day. We're going to see those winds calm down a little bit. So I'm expecting to see from the noon hour tomorrow until about 2, 3 o'clock. That's that window where we could be looking at some of the power outages taking place because of these breezy conditions. Right now over in Salem, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies with a temperature of 44 degrees. That wind advisory is in place from tomorrow morning until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Up and down the I-5 corridor and into southwest Washington, this yellow color you see is a high wind warning from tomorrow morning until about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, just south of that Bend and Redmond area along Highway 97. Gusts in that area could be anywhere from 40 to 50 miles an hour. As we look at the rain, like I said, this isn't going to be a rain event. This is all pretty much a wind event. Heavier showers along the southern Oregon coast, but you're not going to be impacted with much in terms of rainfall amounts tomorrow. We will be impacted with very windy conditions throughout wine country and the valley with gusts anywhere from 50 to 55 miles an hour. Light rain, but again, we could be looking at peak wind gusts for at least a 2-hour period or so, or the windiest time of the day will be from I'd say late morning, early part of the afternoon. And those east winds will kick in the morning, gusts up to about 30 miles an hour. That's not a big deal, but those winds coming in from the south are going to be very strong. So partly sunny skies to start things off. Those winds pick up by the late morning, early part of the afternoon. Daytime high of 55 degrees. Weather impact alert will be in place a good portion of the day tomorrow. Christmas Day looks to be calm, but again, you guys, there could be a lot of locations that are without power up and down the I-5 corridor and throughout the west side of the state as this system moves in from Northern California under 24 hours from now. Back to you.
Yeah, a lot to keep an eye on, especially considering it's Christmas Eve. Appreciate it, Joe.
Easing the travel stress at PDX. How could you not feel less stressed just looking at those faces? Coming up, meet the dogs and llamas who greeted travelers headed to their flights. Stay with us.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
Today is a pretty busy day at airports across the country, and it is no different at PDX.
The one key difference, some passengers got to spend time with therapy dogs and llamas before hitting the security line. I love it. Dove Lewis brought 14 dogs from its canine therapy team. You see the little ears on the llama?
Yeah,
there's a lot of tail wagging, sweaters, plenty of pets. It was tough to tell who loved it more, the dogs or the passengers.
It is to relieve stress. It's to brighten someone's day. It's, you know, we are very lucky to have these dogs. They're career change or retired guide dogs.
And if that wasn't fun enough, PDX staff also helped spread a little bit more cheer by setting up a holiday market. Very
Free
cool.
samples. Well, how would you like to become a billionaire for
yes,
Christmas?
please.
Yes, because no one matched all the numbers in last night's Powerball drawing. The jackpot has now surged to an estimated $1.7 billion. We're not going to do the taxes and all of that for you. It's the fourth largest jackpot in Powerball history. Next drawing is tomorrow night, Christmas Eve. So get out there and buy a ticket today. We'll be right back.
Let's get on it.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
It's certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
Coming up new on KGW News at 6, have you heard of Skimo? David, have you heard of Skimo?
No idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, me neither, but it is apparently a new event at the Winter Olympics.
We'll explain what it's all about and meet an athlete. Wow, hoping to represent Team USA. I can get on board with that. Hey, don't forget you can watch KGW News, including your full weather impact forecast again anytime. Download our free KGW Plus TV app. It's available on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV.
For now, we will leave you with this shot from our Oregon Zoo Skycam. You can see all the people there taking advantage of zoo lights and getting a chance to hang out with all the fun animals too. Brightly lit tree, square dab in the middle, getting you in the holiday mood.
Yeah.
David and I hope to see you right back here at 6 on KGW Plus.